So how's about we get to it? AEW. AEW is coming off of, in my opinion, its golden event. The one event that people will associate with it for decades to come. It was the event that established All Elite Wrestling as a big-time player. 81,000 in London at Wembley Stadium. The largest paid attended event. That means Collision in Korea doesn't count because they were forced to be there. I know that event had like 150,000 or 180, 190,000 people. They were forced to be there, no pay. Because if they didn't show up, consequences. And you know what I mean by consequences in North Korea. It's a bigger attendance than any WrestleMania. Screw the kayfabe numbers. It is the largest wrestling event in history. As of right now. Now, AEW is going to be there again next year. They could beat that number. With this drama going on, I don't know about it. But anything could happen. But as of right now, AEW holds the record for the largest attended event in wrestling history. And then the card had some of the best matches to ever take place in an AEW ring. And I gave the show an S tier, my highest grade. I called it a legendary show. And I was ready. I was ready to come up here and defend this show. I thought I was going to spend most of my day talking about how awesome All In has been. And the WWE loyalists, the AEW haters, were going to have a connection fit. Oh, it wasn't that great. Why do you gotta praise it that much? It wasn't that great. Do you not understand the joy in my eyes when that show went off the air? I said to myself, that's one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. People are going to be talking about that for years. Oh. Well, way to make me look like a goddamn fool. Not even 24 hours. Not even 24 hours after it happened. No one, not a single person is talking about that event. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about more drama in the world of AEW, in the world of All Elite Wrestling. It's nauseating. Instead of talking about one of the best events to ever take place in wrestling, we're talking about this dumbass fight, backstage physical altercation fight between CM Punk and Jack Perry. Don't call him Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Now, reports say the fight took place right before the opening match on All In. CM Punk was walking to the ring. He met Jack Perry, and then they had a scuffle. And this stemmed from Jack Perry figuratively shooting on Punk during his pre-show 0-hour match against Hook, where during the match he was next to a limousine and he smacked the mirror, the dashboard, and said, real glass, cry me a river. Now, this is a shot at Punk because I think a month ago or some time ago, weeks ago, AEW, along with some doctors, management, and CM Punk, confronted Jack Perry about using real glass in matches and in segments. Because apparently Jack Perry likes to take bumps. He likes to bump his ass on real glass for some goddamn reason. I don't know. He's a glass freak for some damn reason. But yeah, okay. He likes bumping on real glass. He has a couple of friends that like to do bumps on glasses. They get together and just make parties over bumping through glass panels or some shit. I don't know. He just wants to bump on real glass. Please, Daddy Khan, Let me bump on some real glass. And so they told him, no, you idiot, don't go hurting yourself playing with real glass, because look what happened to Goldberg when he did that. Who here remembers in the 90s when Goldberg actually tried to hard way bust open a car window and ended up cutting one of the vessels in his hand? And he had to be out for a long time as a result of it. That's why he don't mess with real glass. But Jack Perry decided, I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to take a bump on real glass. Which is what he did during the match with Hook, but then decided, I'm going to give a receipt back to CM Punk, who confronted me about it, live on air. This whole thing is stupid. And people aren't even talking about the fact that it shouldn't have happened. No, what people are talking about is, well, I think CM Punk is in the right because Jack Perry started it. High school. Welcome to high school. All elite high school. Well, he started it. No, he started it. And we still don't know. There's been multiple reports of who started it. Of course, CM Punk's side said, well, Jack Perry started it. Jack Perry decided to step to Punk and get in his face as Punk was heading to the ring. And Punk was just minding his business. But Jack Perry had to start with him. And then Punk shoved him. And then next thing you know, Punk put him in a headlock and choked his ass out. That's what Punk's side says. Jack Perry's side says Punk confronted Jack Perry as he was coming out from his match, and then that's when they got into a fight because he heard what Jack Perry had to say, and he was waiting for his ass. Yo, bitch, say it to my face. Say it to my face! Then they got into a scuffle. I'm sitting here going, neither one of those look good for anybody, honestly. Because, alright, the CM Punk side, sure, you could say Jack Perry started it, but Punk couldn't show no restraint. You get what I'm saying? Like, either side doesn't make either one look good. Punk couldn't show any restraint. Now, let's play this off as if Jack Perry started it. Okay, let's play that game. Let's just go with that scenario. Mr. Jack Perry, the son of Luke Perry, decided he was going to be a bad boy on and off screen and stepped to Mr. CM Punk. Do I think CM Punk had every right to choke his ass out? Absolutely. He had every right to choke a bitch. Every right. Here's my thing. Why did you have to do it before your match? You couldn't have waited until, I don't know, after the event? At the very least, Punk, you could have told Jack Perry, hey, bitch, if I catch you here after my match is done, I'ma find you and I'ma whoop your ass. You better be gone by the time I get back. Right? He could have showed some restraint. If I see you here, I'm whipping your ass. Give him a warning. Then if you had to fight, you could have at least been like, well, you know what? He gave him a warning. He was professional enough to at least have the match, and then afterwards, when he didn't have any more obligations, and then met him outside and fought him. No one would have cared. No one would have cared after that. The problem with CM Punk is that he couldn't let it go, even though knowing he was about to go out in front of 81,000 people. What would have happened if he got into a fight and then he got hurt? People aren't thinking that. No one's thinking about what would have happened if CM Punk got into a fight and then he got injured again. Because check this out. Based off of Fightful Select's report, well, actually, no, this was PW Torch, I think. Let me get my sources correct. Yes, this is PW Torch. Based off of PW Torch's report, they were ready to move up the Elite, Bullet Club Gold, and Konosuke because they thought that Punk could have been actually injured during the fight with Jack Perry. Now imagine that. How embarrassing that would have been. You would have robbed Samoa Joe of his match and robbed the fans of their match seeing you against Joe. Over Jack Perry. Really? Really? Really, Punk? Jack Perry? Jack Perry! The Elite I can somewhat understand. Still petty, but I can understand. But Jack Perry? Let's flip it. Let's flip it. Let's say Punk stepped to Jack Perry. Well, that's where I go, well, Jack, you shouldn't have been talking shit. Sorry, well, what you want me to say? Talk shit, get hit. CM Punk is old school. What you think was gonna happen? Punk ain't from the 2000s. Jack, back in my day, if you talked shit, you got hit. These old school wrestlers, if you go on TV and you go into business for yourself and you shoot on them, the first thing they do when you get back is break your fucking leg. Punk comes from that old school mindset. And why were you starting this fight with him, Jack Perry? Because he told you not to use real glass? Why do you need to use real glass? Why? Why, bitch? Sorry, I'm mad at Jack Perry. What is so important about you using real or fake glass? No one gives a fuck. You think it makes you a tough son of a bitch? Cause it's real glass, bitch. If you don't sit your ass down, if you are that determined to bump, to kill yourself, to cut yourself up over bumping on real glass, buy you a series of glass panels, set them up somewhere across your house, all over your goddamn house. I don't care. And then you can bump your ass from here to Timbuktu. All night, all day, show up on Dynamite or Rampage with cuts all over your goddamn body saying, I'm a badass. Like some fucking idiot from Jackass, or Jackass ripoff. I don't give a damn. But why did you need to do it then? Was it that necessary for you to go on TV in front of 81,000 and poke the fucking bear? You know CM Punk is he has a hot temper. You knew he was gonna confront you. These egos, man, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. And so now, as a result of all this, reports are out that both men have been suspended. Yeah, yep. It's all out again. It is all out once again. Now, that hasn't been confirmed. Fightful Select has not confirmed that they've been suspended. Neither has PW Insider. This is coming from, I think, Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. So take that with a grain of salt. But imagine if CM Punk and Jack Perry both got suspended over glass. Not creative, not money, not treatment, not like legit issues to fight over. Glass. Glass could potentially ruin All Out. Because they're going to be in Chicago this Sunday. Imagine that crowd without CM Punk. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why would you do that to Chicago, Punk? Why would you do that to the fan base? People paid hundreds of dollars to see you. And here you go getting suspended over glass. It's over glass. So if he ends up missing the event, that's going to be a huge L. In Chicago. I'm hoping he doesn't miss it, though. I hope he doesn't miss it. That would suck. But yeah, people are saying they got suspended. All types of reports are coming out. I'm going to read you some reports. Let's go with PW Torch right now. PW Torch says, and you know what? Let me pull it up so you can see what I'm reading. Because some of y'all be saying, you make it up, you make it up. Well, here you go. PW Torch is told that in the aftermath of the incident between CM Punk and Jack Perry last night, that Punk, in the heat of the moment, was threatening to quit AEW over his frustration with everything that happened. Punk has made it clear since his return that he wants a drama-free locker room environment. He has largely achieved that on Collision, although it has come with controversy because of his restrictions on whom he does and does not want to be allowed backstage at the buildings, at the event. Fightful Select co-signed on this. Yeah, Fightful Select co-signed on this. This is apparently a thing. And I'm going to pull this up too, from right here from Fightful Select. People close to Punk say, first off, there wasn't much communication between him and Tony Khan after the incident. Punk has went as far as telling people he hates this place as a result of the constant issues in AEW, which many people within the company say he has plenty responsibility for. That I don't disagree with. Let me read this report from Nick Hausman. Now this one's interesting. So, let me pull it up again. From what we gather, it does not sound like there has been much, if any, communication between Punk and AEW since last night. Considering everything that is going on, it is fair to say that Punk's future with AEW and pro wrestling in general appears to be questionable yet again. And the drama continues. And it continues. And it's going to continue until someone steps in. So, now it's time for me to take the cuffs off. And the best way I can express myself about this entire situation is if you pretend and help me play along with this role. Let's all pretend I'm Tony Khan. Let's all pretend I bought AEW. I now own it. This is the best way I can describe how I feel about this. This is the type of shit that makes AEW look bad. First off, the fact that we have two different sides of the very same situation, two different recounts of one situation, lets me know one thing. One person's lying. One of y'all is not telling the truth. There's Jack Perry's side, then there's CM Punk's side. They all can't be different. Someone started it, and whoever started it needs to come out and say you started it, like an adult. The fact that we even have this is what makes it a high school. Some might even say elementary. But what's frustrating about all of this, thinking from the standpoint of someone that owns the company, there is no structure. There is literally no structure to this shit. And it's going to continue to happen until we put some structure, as in legitimate consequences, for people when they do this shit. Let me ask you guys something. How many times is CM Punk going to explode? Because let me put it this way to you. In my personal opinion, when it comes to everything that's happened with CM Punk, when it comes to the Elite, when it comes to Jack Perry, when it comes to Ryan Nemeth, when it comes to Hangman Page, the whole situation over Colt Cabana, I can look at all those situations and tell you this one thing in common. This one thing they all have in common. CM Punk didn't start any of that shit. Punk never starts shit with anybody. That's something I can give Punk. He never starts shit. He never ever starts anything with anybody. What happened with Colt Cabana when he got released and then brought back? That wasn't Punk's fault. That was Tony Khan's decision. But the Elite and Hangman Page blamed Punk. They blamed Punk's influence for Colt Cabana being let go, which led to Hangman Page cutting that shoot promo which then led to CM Punk going into business for himself on that Dynamite show where he called out Hangman Page, and then at the media scrum. Punk doesn't start shit. The Elite went to his locker room after the media scrum. They didn't have to do that. You're EVPs. What you going to his locker room for? Don't give me that bullshit. We're going to talk. No, you went to start something with him. You're an EVP. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit. Well, they had legal in there. Why would you go to the locker room with someone who's already hot, who's already angry? You went there to fight him. And any other EVP and any other company, even if they didn't start the fight, the fact that you were in a fight, you're liable to be fired. Any other EVP would have been fired. Don't give me that bullshit. They went to the locker room. Ryan Nemeth sent out a tweet. Sought this man alive. Jack Perry went to business for himself. Shot at him during a TV match. Real Glass, Cry Me a River. Punk never starts shit. But the problem with CM Punk is that when he goes to finish it, instead of being concise and addressing whatever issue, addressing the issues directly with the perpetrators, like a sniper who picks out that one person and just takes out the one person, CM Punk figuratively pulls out a goddamn nuke and then blows up everything around the perpetrator. So people be catching his shrapnels, and it causes all this collateral damage because everyone else catches it. When he goes after Dave Meltzer, he takes a shot at Jon Moxley. When he's going after Hangman Page, the entire Elite squad catches it. Punk can't just take his anger out on the one person that started it. Everybody has to catch his shrapnels. He's like a ticking time bomb. It just takes one goddamn person to just set him off, and then everybody's in trouble. Now Christopher Daniels can't show up to freaking Collision, even though he's the head of talent relations, because he's related or he's affiliated with the Elite. Christopher Daniels didn't do anything. He just happened to be there. Oh, and because Ace Steel can't show up, why should Christopher Daniels? This is ridiculous. This is not conducive to a healthy environment, a very positive environment. What do we say here on Deluxe Man's World? Deluxe Man's World. I can't believe I said that name. What do I used to say when I was Deluxe Man? What do I say now as Just Alyx? This is a safe space for wrestling fans like you. This doesn't feel like a safe space for wrestlers, man. It doesn't feel like a safe space. But at some point in time, we have to put the blame where the blame really should be put. And that's on Tony Khan and the people in charge who refuse to put their foot down. There has to be someone in the suits, in the higher positions that can step in, go to Jack Perry and go, look, bitch. Yeah, call him a bitch. Look, bitch. We told you you can't use real glass. Now, if you want to bump your ass on glass, that rhymed, you can go do that at your goddamn home. But when you're under our umbrella, when you're under my roof, me being Tony Khan, my roof and my staff, me, my staff, medical, CM Punk, everybody and their mamas is telling you no. No means no. No real glass. You don't like it? Take your ass to Hollywood because you're fired. We need something like that for Jack Perry. And as for CM Punk, my dude, get your shit together. Seriously, look Punk in his face. You are getting paid way too much goddamn money for you to be going off like this. Now you want to go backstage, throw a hissy fit. I hate it here. I hate this place. So much drama. Punk, you are responsible, partially responsible for this drama Because you are not very good at handling this like a professional. Because you always need to go too far. Why do you always need to nuke every situation? So, what? Who's next, Punk? Ryan Nemeth sends you a tweet. Jack Perry goes on TV, does a shot at you like you haven't been shot at before. So who's next? We're going to be around for a long-ass time, Punk. You're going to be here for the next, 3-4 years? If that? You think that's going to be it? You think Jack Perry's the last person that's going to take a shot at you? You think Jack Perry, Ryan Nemeth, the Elite are the only people that are going to shoot on you? Hell, even if you leave and go back to WWE, you think these are the only people who are going to shoot on you? And are you just going to fly off the handle every single time? Be professional. Be a goddamn locker room leader. You don't need to choke a bitch every single goddamn time they take a shot at you. I get that you're old school. But do you not see how you look? How this is making us look? You have to understand something. It's not just me anymore that's involved, Punk. You got David Zaslav, the president of goddamn Warner Brothers, investing millions in us. Millions! If you keep making us look bad, and he gets to a point where he goes, nah, sorry, Punk, he's toxic. Nope, Punk can't be around. What do you want me to do? You know, Tony Khan? Ask Tony Khan. He stuck his neck out for Punk way, way, way too far as it is. And just because I do believe Punk isn't all to blame for this, anyone saying that Punk is all to blame are part of the goddamn problem. You need to be fair and blame the right people, the right parties for the right amount of blame that they deserve. The Elite deserves some blame. Ryan Nemeth, Jack Perry especially. I want to bump on real glass. Be fair and judge everyone equally. But Punk, you do share some responsibility because you always steep down to their level. And then you want to go around saying, you hate it, I hate it here. You hate it here. You hate it here. We gave you your own goddamn show. We literally created an extra 2 hours for you on Saturday, where you get to be the focus, you have all this money, you get creative control over who you wrestle with, full control over your storylines, and we made you the real world champion. What else could you need to not hate it here? What else do you need? The backstage drama aside, yeah. What else could you possibly need? I don't give a shit if you said it in the heat of the moment. That's not something you say when you're literally given the keys to the castle. You hate it here. We have bent over backwards for you. You hate it here. Well, Punk, I'll tell you what. Again, I'm playing Tony Khan here. If you hate it that much here, there's the door. There's the door. Because I'm over it. I'm not going to fire you, Punk. I'm not going to fire you. If you truly hate it here, after we bent over so much so, bye. There's the door. We'll be okay. All Elite Wrestling will be just fine without you. You're a great draw. You contribute so much to us. You are easily one of the biggest stars in wrestling, and you are going down in history as one of the greatest of all time. But god damn it, Punk. You keep playing this game where, I'm unhappy, I want to leave, then just leave. There's the door. There it is. There it is. I'm not going to fire you. If you keep coming back, I'm going to keep booking you because you're money to me. But I'm sorry. If you're going to go off the handle every single time one person takes a shot at you or start shit with you, and I'm gonna quit. There's the Punk. There's the door. Go to WWE. It'll be just as bad, if not worse. If you're not going to be a locker room leader, Punk, and you're going to throw a hissy fit, be a prima donna every single time someone goes on Twitter or social media or comes to you face to face, and you're going to stoop down to your level and not be a leader. My dude, like, maybe this is not for you anymore. And I say that as a CM Punk fan. If you can't be the leader that this roster needs, a young roster of dumb idiots like Jack Perry, who are going to do stupid shit all the goddamn time, you're not going to guide them, you're not going to take them by the hand and lead them to a new golden era. If you're not going to be that person and you're just going to add to the problem, there's the door. I'm not going to fire you, Punk. But you can excuse yourself. We'll buy you out, we'll give you the money for the rest of your contract, and you can just retire. If your heart is not in it, if you're not going to be here to do what's right for business, call yourself a businessman, bye. Because I'm over it. Because that's where I am with Punk now. Like, my dude, if you're not going to do what's right for the sake of the company, for the sake of business, for the sake of all elite wrestling, there's the fucking door. No one's going to stop you. I will give you all of your flowers. I will tell the world that you're one of the greatest promos I've ever seen. You're one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. Thank you so much for what you've done to AEW, what you have done for us, where you have brought us. We are a big time promotion because of you, and I thank you for that. But I am sick and tired of the drama. I am sick and tired of my reputation, our reputation, taking a hit because you don't want to be a locker room leader. So it's either time you take up this role as a locker room leader and stop letting this shit get to you. Don't escalate, diffuse the situation, or give me your goddamn belt and hit the bricks. You're in your 40s anyways. Retire. I don't give a shit if you're going to have a one-off match with WWE. I don't give a shit if you go wrestle for NWA. Bye. Not in this locker room. That's what we need. That's the leadership we need from Tony Khan. Because that is the only way this is going to stop. Because next week, it's not going to be Jack Perry. It'll be someone else. Because CM Punk is a ticking time bomb. You poke the bear, he explodes, and then more drama happens. We need structure. We need leadership. I don't give a fuck about who started it. He started it. None of that matters. What matters, what should matter, and what will always matter is what's best for All Elite Wrestling, the image, in terms of the quality of the shows, storylines, in-ring action, feuds, rivalries, attendance, new markets, selling out arenas, selling out stadiums. That's what matters. We should be talking about All In. All In. That was AEW's time to shine. That was their moment. That was the time that we could say WWE has competition. That's what we should be talking about. Not Jungle Boy and Mr. Straight Edge getting into a fight over glass. Fucking glass. Cry me a river. Grow up. Some people grow old, but they don't grow up. Grow up. Everybody. Tony Khan, CM Punk, Jack Perry, The Elite, Hangman Page, Ryan Nemeth. Everybody grow the fuck up. I am beyond tired of seeing drama. I don't even want to see it no more. Cut this shit out. Someone said in the live chat, if this was Vince McMahon's show, this wouldn't have happened. You goddamn right this wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened if Vince McMahon was in charge. Oh, nah. They would have already been worked it out. Vince McMahon would have looked them all in their fucking face. Let Jack Perry and CM Punk get into a fight backstage. Punk knows Vince McMahon. Vince would have gone to both of them and been like, okay, here's what's getting ready to happen. Here are 2 doors. Here's my office, and here's the exit door. You can either go in my office and work it out and come out ready to make me some money, or you can both get the fuck out of my building and you're fired. That's Vince McMahon. That is Vince McMahon. He would have fired them both right then, right there. He doesn't play. He don't give a damn. You will respect his locker room. And if Vince didn't do it, you know damn well Undertaker wouldn't have played that shit. That's what we need. We need an Undertaker figure. You need someone like Taker who isn't scared to meet you in a dark alley after the show. Come here, bitch. What we tell you about starting drama. That's what we need. We need an Undertaker. I'm begging for someone to step up. Because this is going to keep happening. You think this is it? Do you honestly think that this is the last time we're going to hear about this? No! It's going to continue. I said the exact same thing with Ryan Nemeth. I said this is not the end of it. It'll continue until someone steps up. The question is, who's it gonna be next time? Who is Punk gonna blow up next? Who's gonna blow up at Punk next, and who's he gonna blow up at? Sorry. And I'm the AEW supporter. I'm the pro AEW fan over here. And I'm saying all this. It's time out for it, man. It's time out for it. Something has got to happen. Someone needs to make a decision. Someone's got to be a leader. Somebody. Anybody.